Welcome to a new start. I'm going to be honest, I have no idea how I'm going to do this, but welcome to a new start. I'm like, what is she? Okay, cool. I'm not going to read this. I am starting over. I feel like, if I have to be honest, the past, how old am I? You gotta love it. The past like 20 plus years, not gonna like really give up my age like that. But I feel like in the last like 20 plus years, I've done a lot, not enough, a lot, because I'm still gonna be doing healing, growing, and all that beautiful, I was gonna say blase, but whatever. All that beautiful stuff. It's gonna be continuing until the day I no longer can breathe air on this earth. So therefore, this level of transformation, I think by the age of 25, especially watching Being Mary Jane, there was just something about her where I was just like, that's who I don't want to become. Like, I loved her. I loved watching it. But just seeing her being a, like, honestly, like a boss ass woman and still just not figuring out this relationship baby thing, it was like, I just don't want that to be my story. So I think pandemic in a way has been a blessing and a curse. And like, my heart goes out to all the people who have lost someone through the pandemic. Working in a lab, which I may or may not release the video, I don't know, I feel it in right now, but working in a COVID lab and seeing how much they did not give a fuck about these tests, or like they claim they cared about people's lives, but like we were just fucking up in the lab. It was so traumatic. Working in that COVID lab, they just was wasting money and fucking up. And just seeing how they handle IVF samples and all them embryos and stuff like that, and they gave no fuck about like the product they have in front of them. All they cared was the monetary value that they're gonna get, or the tax write-offs and all that shit. Really broke my heart. So working honestly in like the pharmaceutical thing is really hard on my type of soul, but I've been sticking it out for the past like couple of years. Life after college has been honestly great. I would say since graduating my undergrad, I've learned a lot. I would say as I'm trying to get into like the more serious, like I do want to like settle down and finally like, I guess, get that family idea situated. I've been reflecting on my early 20s a lot. Like I think like a lot. So like even going to like dating, starting this early, but dating, like I remember dating my early 20s, dating guys in their 30s, and I'm like, how do you not have your shit together? And I remember thinking like, okay, so I'm in school full time. I'm working at least 3 jobs, because a girl is never not working jobs. I'm working at least 3 jobs, and you're telling me you're still living in your mother's basement and you don't even have a car, and you want my time. I was so upset. Like that one guy I can think of, I was so upset. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And there's my other thing on dating. These guys will be like begging for some pussy. Like I hate that shit. I hate when I can know like you're just thirsty for it. You're just thirsty for it. Because I am honestly in my early 20s, I was the type that I would tell the waiter, can you pay, like, can I pay? Because when this man is thinking like we're gonna have sex at the end, I'm like, nah, I'd rather just pay for myself. Like I'm the type, I will tell you right away, like I'd rather pay for myself. I've had people on dates be like, so are we having sex after? I'm like, no. And they'll be like shocked, and I'm like, why do you expect sex from me? Like I can get sex anywhere. I don't want it. And I think since then, when I've learned like these motherfuckers, like if you choose to, and I'm listening to podcasts and like this, I'm thankful other people are like on the same page with me. Like I have used men for vibrators. I'm just like, wait a minute. There are times where it sparked in my brain. I'm like, so all I can use this. I honestly, after living in my apartment, this is where it came in. It was living in my apartment, being by myself. This is my first time I moved out. It was during the pandemic, so my brain and everything was all over the place. This is finally a healed person. That's why I'm like brand new. But yeah, so he was honestly during the pandemic first moved out of here. So that's my first topic. Pandemic and moving out. So during the pandemic, I moved out. That's how I got into that traumatic COVID place I talked about before. And honestly, because I have notes, I gotta make notes. I had a lot of time to reflect. Like living by yourself, like I would be reflecting on my time because I stay in this thing, not here. I used to stay here. A lot of alpha, go. Now I'm trying to like get more of my feminine side, like actually stop, slow down, care. But I used to be just, and I still have it, but sitting here and reflecting and being like, there was one point I remember I was just standing in my kitchen, and just all the like thoughts and like everything I wanted and I kept telling myself just kept hitting me. And I'm like, wait a minute. And it just kept hitting me. And I was like sitting there reflecting. I'm like, I am in my place and have everything I've ever wanted. Like, my apartment is a dream apartment that honestly I used to just create in my head. And to sit here and be like, I can afford it. I can afford these lights. I can afford the water. I can afford to pay the rent. Like, a bitch is always just Gucci. Like, no matter what, if I know at the end of the day, my God got me. My God got me, okay? Like, any time where I'm like, shit, I might be in like the hole right now. And he's like, nah, bitch, I just deposited money. And I'm like, fuck, I forgot about you. Like, that's how I like to live my life. Because honestly, I'm not gonna lie. And this is me not like, all my close friends know a bitch always have a job. The one thing they'll say, I always have a job. But that is because I always need the money hitting the account. Like, that is all they teach us in school. Like, you got it, the game. You just got to keep the money flowing. So at the end of the day, when I be forgetting I get paid, or I be like, sometimes I honestly just get checks sent to me from a job. I'm like, when the fuck did I do you? When the fuck did I do you? Because it's a great life. It's a great life. So hustle. This is my thing to you. Just keep hustling. Just keep hustling. Like, at the end of the day, that's why you see them people always, whoever doing the same shows, they just keep that money flowing. So when shit hit the fan, you can just turn around real quick and be like, okay, this will just cover it because I don't got time. And that is my big thing. Time is valuable for me. I tell a lot of people, like, and some people do recognize it. I never sat and appreciate it when people are like, because earlier this year, an older woman, she was telling me, like, she's like, damn, like, we really don't see you, like, we should value the time. And I'm like, at first I was like, yes, in my head, but I'm like, but I have to keep going. At the end of the day, I gotta survive. Bitch knows all I need to do, like my aunt told me, eat, shit, sleep, and at the end of the day, we're gonna die. I keep adding sex, like, I like to have sex, so. But yeah, I staying in this apartment, I love it. Living in Montgomery County is expensive, and the fact that I'm still able to do it, and that's why I'm not breaking I'm gonna not eat healthy because I live in an expensive. No, I need to work harder, make more money so I can be able to afford the food that I like for my body that takes care of me. The products that I put in my hair, the products that I put on my body, like how I wash my clothes, all that is important to me. So I'm not changing my plant-based type of eco-friendly ways because I'm gonna hustle, I'm gonna make it here. And that's what people in DC also do. Like, when they move out there, they know that, hey, in order to survive here, we gotta hustle, bustle, and keep going. Like, as long as that money flow in, bitch will relax. Most people say when we dead. Okay, so like, definitely, like, sitting in the pandemic, most of the things I was reflecting on is, what do I envision for myself? So, like, the people around me, I was honestly, like, I was sitting down and I'm like, I was thinking of the friends I do have, and then I was thinking of the friends I do want, and I was thinking of the activities I want to do in my future, and I'm like, at the end of the day, I want happy couples around me. I want kids that are happy. Like, that is the vision that I want. Therefore, I need to be around people that reflect that. Like, at the end of the day, mirror images, right? Like, I do not want I don't want chaos in my house. I don't want chaos in my life. Therefore, I'm not trying to go towards friends that honestly have that chaotic energy and vibes anymore. It's like, I've got to keep going. Like, I cannot have you bringing me down at this point at all. Like, either you on board or bitch, you gotta go. I'll give you a life jacket. I will give you them little boats on the side doing doing Titanic, because that's what get in my head. I'll give you one of them little boats. But at the end of the day, bitch, if you ain't on my ship, you sink or swim. Like, I don't know what to tell you, but this is the name of the game in America. You either sink or you swim, and you gotta learn. You gotta learn quickly. You gotta adapt. You gotta be like, a tattoo that I personally want is an octopus. Like, you gotta have you gotta keep it going, and then you gotta hide from humans when you're ready. If you're a little poisonous, you gotta spurt it out so you can let them know, bitch, we ain't about to play. So really reflect on, like, who you want around you, the lifestyle you want. I don't drink alcohol. If I don't try to bring too many people that drink alcohol, so I don't have that problem. Or people just give me kombucha. It has a little bit of, let me be honest, a little bit of alcohol, but kombucha. Let's see. The main things I would say that's important to me right now is my family and that's my spiritual family in different ways. All my friends, that's different levels, not my blood. Like, I mean my family happiness. A bitch has finally found unconditional love, and I'm not trying to make anybody fuck up my happiness and that energy. Business, a bitch gotta get shit together, okay? Business and growth, okay? Peace. God, because we can't have anything without God. That is whoever your God is, because I am not here to judge or care, okay? Because I only care about me and what I'm going to do in the future for my future people that are around me. So number 2, as we're talking about this, transformation and ego death. So during the pandemic, a bitch went through an ego death. I will make a video on a different day, but an ego death is really like, I do not know who the fuck I was. And I remember telling like a couple of people, I understand if you go through a very hard ego death, depending on who you are, you could also commit suicide, because you're like, I have no idea who my place is on this earth. Like for me, I think I allow my brain to go through so many different thoughts to understand, because that's who I am, the human experience, that the ego death taught me a lot. But I was excited for it. I'm happy it happened. Now you can find a lot of information on there. Before, and I wrote in my papers during my master's, I was like, you couldn't find this information. So yeah, everything I'm talking about here, I would put in my paper. Like honestly, my master's program was my reflection. Like some of those papers I put in there was the nothing but the truth, because that was how I was able to express myself. Let's see. So transformation mostly is, I'm over the illusion. I know that I'm in control. Nothing will ever stop me, because nothing stops me now. Let's see. I believe in choices, right? And I think that's really all I'm going to live on here, is other than I know I'm free. Every time I talk to people and they're like, blah, 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 I'm like, I am free. I got it at 18. I got it tatted on me. Most of my tattoos, honestly, like I tell people, they're code. If you want to know who I am, you got to take time to go through this body. Like you need to go through layers of this body to know who I am, because I still got it. God is greater than my highs and lows, okay? I got it. So relationships. I am currently single and at peace. I am happy and I'm searching for a partner. I am looking for a partner. Someone that honestly balance me out, because there are times where I'm gonna go through it and I just need to be like, bitch, get back into reality. Like stop acting so, like that is what I need. I can provide for myself. My dog's Gucci, okay? My dog eats just like me. I'm not giving my child no shitty. My child eats food that is close to human grade. Okay, I have no problem paying $20 for a bag of treats, but I'll get it on sale because we know, you know. But if my dog needs the proper care to keep that little body going, so I know that she can pick up on good energies, we got to keep it balanced, okay? So mama got to take care of her, therefore I got to take care of my child. That is why I got my little Rosie, okay? I got her so she can help me with my spiritual growth and like, be more patient, be kind, be caring, be loving, be respectful. Understand that she has autonomy too, okay? Even though I'm in control, she got autonomy, okay? But she knows, bitch. When I say, you sit down. When I say, you know how to lay, okay? When I say, you give me that paw, even though you don't want to, at some point, I will sit there till you're gonna give me the paw. So yes, bitch know who runs it, even though we have our issues. Anyway, I'm looking for a partner, not a husband, okay? I'm not looking for whatever the fuck fairy tale they give you guys. When I was growing up, my favorite Disney was Jasmine, because bitch was already a princess and all she wanted was a man and some magic, okay? And then Pocahontas, okay? And Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast is my favorite, and as I'm on relationship, Beauty and the Beast is my favorite all time. Because I don't like, I like less than attractive people. I don't like saying the word ugly. So less than attractive people. I like the less than attractive people, okay? It's not the, oh damn, he is fine, because he got a little bit of ego. He putting on too much of a show. A bitch that got time. I need you to be down here on earth. And honestly, we just need to be out here making our shit, having some great sex, and just enjoying life. Like, if it's not about that, I don't care. I don't have time for us to be like, I'm not the type of female that need to take like 20 minutes to get ready. I need to mentally know what the fuck I'm gonna do. Put a little, like, my skin needs to be good, the hair is great, put some good clothes and go. Like, my personality and everything else brings it out. I don't need to be anything else but what you see in front of you, because it just attracts. I don't know how, but this shit just attracts shit. I be like, what the fuck you be doing? Sit down. Sit down. Anyway, with that, communication, goals, business, growth. I'm always about growth. A bitch is always growing because these neurological shit, it always got to be going. So if you can't stimulate up here, bitch, I want to get a degree in neuroscience and psychology. And the reason why I did it, I want to do it because it's the easiest degree to get, in my opinion. Because a bitch don't gotta think that hard. Psychology is not that hard, in my opinion. I'm like, that's the easiest thing. And it's really disrespectful, but it's just taking time. It's human compassion, bitch. You ain't anyway. So with a partner, I'm looking for trust, boundaries, respect, patience. Okay, a bitch still learning. So at the end of the day, patience. Let's see. About my past, I still have there, so I'll just keep going. I slept with a few men. I was honestly, especially in my early 20s, and like going through so much and not dealing with myself, but like just keep going busy, just working, school, but not sitting reflecting. And then honestly, if I got triggered in anywhere, just went out and slept with men. And then there are times when I felt, and I could feel it, I'm like, I am losing part of me. I'm literally felt at one point when I was like, bitch, stop hoeing. I lost a part of me. And that is when I was like, how can I give myself to someone when I'm losing myself to these men? And that's when I had to stop hoeing. And when I get with certain men and I give myself with you, bitch, I'm not attracted to you. I'm not attracted to you like that. Like, yes, I find you cute, okay? Yes, you are cute. You're cute to me in your little funky, cute, cunny ways where, like, no one else will understand but me. But other than that, bitch, I ain't attracted to you like that. Like, I'm attracted to you for probably what's in your mind, what's in your heart. And if them two ain't connected, we got to disconnect because I'm struggling. Because I'm like, I don't know how to deal with this man. And I have to learn all his tricks and all this bullshit for no damn reason. Like, be who you are, at least with me, so I can be who I am with you. So yeah, that's something I learned very early, but we'll get there. I learned I didn't need a man very early. I've learned I don't need a man. It's more about the energy than the look. And I love sex. I love sex. I did the calculations. So the last guy I was with, kind of like friends with benefits. I did the calculations and I was like, by minimum, I need to have sex 15 days out of a month. There's at least 30, 28 days, depending on what, 29, damn, we just making up numbers at this point. But out of all them days, I need at least 15. I love to release my energy through talking and through sex. Just like a man, equal balance here, okay? So, man like to have sex, female like to have, like to talk. I like to do both. I need to release my energy. So I need to like, I like to have sex. I like to bond. I need to come together. And if you're not giving it to me, my energy's off and it kind of upsets me. So with that, yes, I love to have that out-of-body experience, that I love us to connect. I want to get to that vibration. I can't even tell the difference between I can tell the difference between you and I can tell the difference between me because we're so binding to one that it's just like amazing. That is what I strive for. And if you can't give me that, my nigga, you can just go. You can just go because at the end of the day, I still have to work hard so I can keep these lights on and keep doing this because who gonna do it but me? So that's where I'm at with sex. Energy is everything. That's what they teach us in chemistry, physics, biology, every other science. Energy. It takes energy to put in work. It takes energy to release work. It's a lot. So like energy, protect your energy, work on it, think on it, do what you gotta do. But my nigga, energy equals time, time equals money, and money equals I gotta put food in my body so this body can do it the next day. Okay, friends, there's multiple layers. There's like my biggest thing, and I've always honestly, that was what I was growing up with and that's what I was taught. What value they bring to you. And it's something I didn't really sit with till like as I got older. Like, what value are you bringing to me? As of right now, I've sat and I've reflected about the people I've brought into my life in 2022, and a lot of them bring value. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of my new friends, either in a science way, in an activity such as photography. One person wants to do like rock climbing. I'm like, you know what? I have no problem learning. But they want to do a running club too, for a photography club that I was invited to. So like when you're coming into my life, like what activities do I love? And I know my activities. I love to be outside. I love to capture the moment because that's why I like photos. I don't like to do like little still like, okay, now smile, because to me I can see through the fakeness and then I can see a lot more emotions when you're faking your smile versus I take that true authentic, like in the moment, boom, I got you. Like I don't like pose. I hate poses. I actually hate poses because I can read so much because overactive mind. So yeah, there's been me. A lot of people call me their friends, but it's one of them things where like I don't really call you. Like I will be honest, I don't call you a friend. I have layers. I have multiple layers. It took me a while to even have like best friends because I'm like, have you, wait till you hear my story. Have you met me? A best friend is a lot. So like, it's who I value my time. And if I'm slowly like phasing out, I will be honest, because I'm just not, I'm not draining that energy. Like I'm being honest. I'm just not draining that energy anymore. So like there are few friends that I've been slowly like phasing out of, not too bad, because I've brought them back. Like my one friend, she got married, right? And she had to spend time with her husband, get to know him, do whatever the fuck they want to do. We haven't talked for like years. We probably used to say like twice, maybe we'll talk to each other throughout the year. But other than that, now she's back in my life. We have been closer than in a while. I won't say closer than ever because she has a husband and her own focus. But it's to the point where we went years without talking, and now she's back, and I'm in the back where honey's about to have a baby and I just want to be an aunt. Okay, so for me, I'm not phasing you out because it's permanent. I'm phasing you out because you need to go and do your shit and I need to do my shit. And when we come back, bitch, we're gonna have a ball. Because why? We have a true connection. And if we don't have a true connection, bitch, we ain't friends. Okay, let's see. 7, about me. I'm actually smart. So for a while, I'm known for a minute, I made a video of autism. I am part of the little autism. We all are on the spectrum somewhere, but I've been hiding it, and it's one of those things where I'm tired of hiding it. When I first came to America after my mom passed away, to fit in, I told myself internally, like, you need to slow down. You need to like change up, honestly, to conform to the American way. And then I went back to Dominica, and then I had to switch up again. And even with the education system, when I went back home to Dominica after like 4th grade in America, they were like, oh no, honey, you need to be in 6th grade. So I had to like sink and swim type of thing, figure out 6th grade. And then I went to high school in Dominica. And then when I came back to America after I completed my 1 year in high school, they were like, oh no, instead of putting her in technically 10th grade, they were like, let's just put her with her age group, which is like the age 12, 13. Let's put her in 8th grade. So instead of going to high school, at least, you know, let me try 9th grade or let me try 10th grade, they were like, nah, we're going to put you with your people, which is 8th grade. And since then, I've been not trying as hard. I didn't really try until my master's, where I put everything in, and I didn't even have to do that much work because my undergrad gave me a lot of knowledge, and real life experiences gave me enough experience where the paper was just like writing itself. So yeah, not only do I kind of have, you know, I haven't done a full like diagnosis type of thing, but I'm aware of my autistic traits. Yeah, I'm from a British system, so the schooling is a lot different. I am a little bit more ahead of the game. I just pretend sometimes. For example, I was playing with this, actually my friends with benefits before, I was playing Risk with him and I didn't know how to play the game. And once I understood it, I sat back, and honestly, there are times where I was playing dumb because every move I thought about, the person after me was making that move, and I was like, I knew that move was good, and I knew that move was good, but he was doing really well. But I know, and I thought about it for a while after I played with him, I knew how to play the game better, and then I used to envision the game in my head of how the different moves, because I already knew the correct moves. I just didn't trust myself and went with it. So that was me sitting back, honestly just observing how he was with his friends and how his ego would come out, but also seeing how his friends would play too, especially since I used to listen to his podcast. So I had to put off my neurological overactive mind and just be in the moment, enjoy my time, and see how these niggas play. That was it. The other time he has chess. I love chess. I don't come out and be like, I love chess. It's not like I sit there and like try to learn the game really fully. I understand the basics of chess, and that's how I am with most languages, because most things out here, like I understand enough where I'm like, I'm good. So we were playing chess, and then there are times where as he was teaching it to me, in my head I was like, I wonder if he's gonna like manipulate it or show me and guide me. So there were times where I knew I should have made that move. I didn't make it. He would make a move, and then I'd ask him, what if I made that move, would that have changed this, that, and that? And then he would be like, yes. And I was like, I knew I should have went with that move in my head. But I don't want to show all my cards. Like, being smart, I have to be honest, is sometimes intimidating to some men. So I just play dumb. And yeah, that's about it. Let's see, everything is connected. I'm still going with the energy thing. Lucid dreaming, I love to do. It gives me insight into not only just what's happened with me, but experiences. Like there was a lucid dream I had where I was honestly, I was questioning. I was like, why was I having this dream? And I was watching a movie, and I was like, yo, this movie that I had no idea about in the movie theater with friends was exactly what I was dreaming about. I was like, what the fuck? And I was so tuned out. I was like, oh, this is whatever. Telepathic communication is real. Astral projection is real. I've done it. I love it. It's great. You can do it as long as you have the connection. Education, in my opinion, sometimes is a scam. Like, all you need is a piece of paper. I was talking to this guy at work. He's from the Philippines. He's another spiritual. So he's the one that gave me a little bit more insight on why I love octopus without really sitting down spiritually in a different way and as a whole. Like, what does an octopus represent and how do I have that connection? While he was telling me about all this, he was like, there's a man, you know, he could do all the work as a Filipinian. He could do all the work, like, you know, with his hand. Like, he could do it. The only thing he couldn't do, he didn't have that piece of paper that had bachelor's. And he was like, that piece of paper, all it really says is, I can speak English. There's a good time because I can complete this in English. I can meet the American standard. Therefore, yes, I can have this job. And when he said that, I was like, you're right. Because honestly, it internally hurts me that I have to get a PhD type of piece of paper to prove to people like, yes, I do love working with people. I love listening. I love trying to find a way for you to understand how this can help and benefit you. A lot of people in my life has been like, oh, you should be a life coach. I'm like, do you know how much effort it takes to listen to people? Like, sometimes I'll be like, Lord, you know I'm not getting paid for me to be doing this. But sometimes I'll be like, yo, this is practice, because life is honestly practice. But yeah, I just know we need to change the way our education system is. I'm working with someone right now. He is 23 years old, and he doesn't know his GED. Like, not GED, he doesn't know his multiplication. Like, there's those steps, and sitting with him doing the GED and knowing how much math means so much to me. I love that. Math gives me an orgasm. I've never wanted to put that out there, but math gives me an orgasm. The level of solving the problem, especially when it's long at the end of the day, is like mind-blowing. That's what sex is to me. What the hell's the difference, right? So the fact that I'm like, yo, there's so many rules in math that I just accepted and go with and learned how to break and manipulate. And I'm like trying to teach him this, and I'm like, how? It's hard, but he's 23, and it hurts my heart because they just let him slide by. And those are the type of children that can't make it out here in this world and survive because we didn't put the right tools in place to help them at their level. There's different ways to survive in this world. We don't all have to be all this hustle bustle, let's go. It's not meant for everyone, and that's okay. We all have our role. Let's just play it, and let's be at peace with it. With that, time is money, money is work, work equals energy. So again, everything is connected. Protect that shit. Learn how you're spending your energy, and that's about it. I think the other thing is, I love this planet. I say it, I wear it, I do it. Like, I love this planet. Therefore, the planet loves me, in my opinion, right? I respect it. It respects me. Though I was listening to a podcast, so I recently found, it's on Spotify, I believe. Oh, what is it? Let me find it real quick, because I've been listening to it. I'm amuse you. I'm just gonna put it on here. So I've been listening to this podcast, and it's pretty cool. Like, it's really interesting to hear a man's perspective. I'm currently on the one woman obligation, and honestly, I've been thinking about it because my last friends with benefit type of situation, I was really thinking, because he works so hard, and like there are certain times where he didn't realize, like, I would sit here and really think like, yo, like, I came over, blah 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 blah, like something, all his thoughts, and I'm like, if this is really what it's like to be married, especially to you, like, I even had some times where I'm like, I'm gonna like, I would cheat. Like, I would not, I would honestly cheat. I would never cheat on men. I don't want to cheat because that's bad karma. But the fact that the thought process went to it, where it's like, in my head, I'm like, if he doesn't know how to like balance this, or, and I had to have that reflection on me too, because that's how I am. If I couldn't balance my time and energy so I can give back to my partner, he would cheat on me. It goes both ways. Like watching Dr. Jackie on Married to Medicine, and still seeing them go through it, but like watching them, that's what I don't want to be. Like, I want to have a solid relationship. And that's also with those past where I was like, am I open to having two guys? Because at the end of the day, one guy is not going to fulfill everything. Like, you have certain guys at work that make you honestly feel a different way than you. It's not like you're cheating, but there's just a different energy level. So like, at the end of the day, one guy is not going to fully fulfill you. Like, I feel like sometimes where I'm like, bitch, you're a hoe, because I have a lot of male friends. And I keep making a lot of male friends. And I'm like, is my man going to be secure enough to know, hey, my girl has a lot of male friends, but she also has female friends, but I know my boundaries. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I don't know, a lot of men do like to have sex with me. At the end of the day, bitch, you're not having sex with me. Like, I know my boundaries. I will be like, God said no. Okay, so that is that. Let's see. Yeah, I think this is mostly like time is money. All this is, I fell in love with Baltimore, so my early 20s, I'll wrap this up. I fell in love with like a guy, and that's the one thing, like the two honestly like stronger men that's been in my life, in my main characters in my 20s, they all had their own house in their 20s, right? They had their own house, they had their car, and then they had a job as management. These are young men in their 20s in Baltimore City. I was living in a city where I used to be scared of, not scared, when I was growing up, they used to tell me like, lock your doors in the blue light zone. I was living right close to the blue light zone, right? So that's where like I was in the city, and I had no problem. I fell in love with the city. That was his purpose. He brought me in. We had sex all over Baltimore City. Let me just be honest. If there was cameras, bitch, we fucked. But he showed me all Baltimore sides, and I love Baltimore. I love the people, I love the community, I love the closeness when you can find it, and people are just so scared, but there's nothing to be scared of in Baltimore. Some of them are products of the environment, but that's not their fault. That is not their fault, and we just have to help them along the way. So he showed me a lot, and it's really till I got vulnerable and I was able to just let myself go with him, and we had some certain things, talks and conversations, and the astral projection started happening, more spiritual growth started to happen. He unlocked that. That was his purpose. The second guy, great guy, you know, made a lot more money than the first one. And that's when I sat down, I was like, wait, the one with less money kind of treated me a little bit better. At least emotionally was more available. This one wasn't. He was a great guy, okay? He helped me treat a lot of daddy wounds. I was happy for it because it will hit me sometimes. And I would tell him, there was one that I remember going up and telling him like how some of the stuff we were going through like really triggered some daddy wounds that I would say Sigmund Freud level. Like, I had to sit and like understood how Sigmund Freud came up with this bullshit idea and theory and stuff like that, because I went through it. I understood it, and I was like, yes, I understood how he got to this theory of, honestly, some of us are just dating our unwanted daddy mother wounds that we didn't take care of, and how children are sexualized to love their blah 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 opposite set of the parent. Like, I could understand that because there are certain things you haven't healed from, and if you're not coming to your partner again, like I said from the beginning as a whole, bitch, you gotta go. I'm sorry for going, but we gotta go. We gotta go. We've got to come whole. Like, if we want to be in a strong, long-lasting relationship, especially as Black women, we've got to heal. We've got to figure it out. So that is really what I'll say about these two men. I have a lot more notes, but I will keep that personal. I think my one thing is really seeing, like I said, I think in the beginning, just women in their early 30s, mid 30s, 40s, and I'm like, they're dealing with the same bullshit I'm dealing in my 20s. So I'm like, when are these men? Like, where are these men? Like, what am I gonna be going through? Like, what is going on? So fixing and healing myself, and even the one that's in her mid 30s is finally like, I'm working on myself. I'm trying to discover myself. She was like, oh, you should do it too. I'm like, that's where you got me fucked up. I've been doing this, okay? I've been doing this because I know in my 30s, I don't have time. I don't want time. I have zero time to figure out who the fuck I am. That was what my 20s was for. That was why I had to fuck up in my earlies and then figure it out, hit halfway through, and then right towards the end, you have to just go boom, okay? And be whole. Because I got time. So, like I said, like, as I'm ending this, I know who I am. I know my hobbies. I know what I enjoy. I know what brings me peace. I know what brings me happiness. I know what value I bring to a man and what I can bring to the table. And honestly, I know my worth. I did not have that unconditional love, and I put it tatted on myself. Again, another part of like the code, right? I tatted it on myself, and I told myself going through that pain, you are going to learn how to love yourself unconditionally. Because if you can't do it for yourself, how are you going to love your children? And how are you going to love this man? And then how are you going to say you love God? So, yes, okay? That is where I had to do my thing. So I think the other thing is just, I'm tired of living in this matrix. I'm tired of living in this bullshit illusion, okay? I really don't got time to be wearing all these fancy. Just give me, honestly, I'm the type, just give me good enough shirt, give me a good pants, give me a good shoe. As long as it keep me dry and this body, you know, from getting sick, I don't care. Okay, I don't care what I have on me. I just need to have clothes, okay? And good quality at least, and that doesn't kill my environment. But other than that, bitch, just give me some clothes, okay? Also this man, where I'm amuse you, I would just want to say women can be book smart and street smart, okay? We are that one few, but we can be both. The last thing I want to do that's on here is my intuition. I've learned to just listen to myself more. Follow that inner voice. Follow your heart. Because even today when I'm trying to manifest something, and I was just like, I just need to go to this. Since October, November, I'm like, you need to go in December for your little crystals and stuff. And then today I was just like, there's a lot happening. I'm a little uneasy. Let me go to the crystal store. Man, I'm going there and I'm just hearing little whispers. They're like, yeah, it's 40% off today. It's 40% off today. And I'm like, it's 40% off crystals. So I got a little, like, I rewarded myself a little bit, but I wouldn't have gone if I didn't listen to myself. And I wouldn't have, because they were like, yeah, if you're in the email list. My ass didn't get emails because I don't really check a lot of them. But yeah, so when it goes to follow your intuition, pattern recognition, for sure I want to put in this. Tarot cards to me is another form of meditation. It's just another form of you sitting down with yourself and really looking for inner. Because the one cards I did in my first YouTube, I'm like, this is basic. Like, I could, for some reason, it just came natural, and I had to get a more like in tune, like intuition type of card. So that gives me a more deeper meaning. So I've done those, but it's really just when you're a little bit uneasy, just really it's really grounded. In meditation and all that, just bring you back to your inner self and be like, what is your purpose? Why are you here? Take your time, breathe, type of thing. So I just want to end this on, yes, seeking inner peace is hard work. Healing is hard work. Doing and finding unconditional love for yourself is hard work. But when you find that peace, man, it's amazing. I just want to say it's amazing. My goal right now is to just stay on this positive, upbeat. Like, I know I'll have some down times, but it's short. I have to remind myself it's short. And God and all this spiritual guides and everything has showed me how short these downs are, because the highs are, your natural highs is one of the best. So I'm gonna end this, probably do a quick, hopefully see edit, but thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If you watched the beginning of this hot mess of me, I appreciate and love you. Number one, I appreciate and love you if you watched the first half of, bitch, what the fuck were you doing on YouTube? Now I'm more grounded on, I'll do this whenever my time and energy comes into it. I will have no notes, right? So a bitch don't have her crazy thoughts just going over, and it's easier to edit. It's shorter. Peace and love. I hope you guys find the healing that you need.